I got the bloodlust. Me too. I want to kill. Let's kill.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to The Bloodlust. This is your go-to podcast for classy broads talking horror since 2014. What? Are you out of your mind?
I was just shocked. Shit.
Shocked every time.
Every time.
This is episode 249 of the program. That other voice you hear is my lovely and talented co-host, Jamie. I am Amy, your fearless leader.
Hello.
Tonight we're going to be talking about Immaculate. Hello, Jamie.
Hi.
My timing is a little off today. My voice is a little off today as well.
Well, you're ill.
I am ill. I have taken ill with COVID again. This is my second time getting it, and I don't know if I talked about it the last time when I got it during lockdown, but COVID beats the shit out of me. It knocks me the fuck out.
You and I have discussed. You're a little Victorian child with it. You have a weak disposition. And
I have a particular sensitivity to COVID for some reason, and it makes me very sick.
We've done
I never
a bleeding,
get sick.
And that hasn't taken, so...
No. I've been confined for a week. Still didn't help. The bloodletting hasn't helped. The ice baths haven't helped.
I'll bring the leeches. We'll see if that helps.
Okay. God willing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been miserably sick for a week, and I did mask up and get into the theater and see this for you guys. So that is my commitment to Sparkle Motion.
Yep.
So we're talking about nunsploitation this week. Very exciting. Do you like the nunsploitation subgenre, Jamie?
I don't hate it. I think it's very hit or miss for me, but we'll probably talk about it a little bit more later, but I find there's an inherent terror aspect in religious themes anyways.
Yes.
And I'm not even a religious
Especially
person
if you're a
in
female.
any ways. Yeah, but particularly if you're a female, and particularly in these times with what is going on in the country with femaleness and
body autonomy.
Yes, and reproductive rights and etc. All of that is just inherently scary. And so there's just an inherent fear there that exists. And I think tapping into that is very smart. It is great, strike while the iron is hot sort of deal.
Sure.
Let's get it.
It's topical again.
Yeah, so I like it. I will say there are some that I think have done better, and there's been no lack of religious stuff. Religion has been with us, unfortunately, before I was born. So it's always here, and it's going to be here to stay. So it's always a part of horror, because to me it's horrific. And it can easily be used and manipulated in a way that is horrific. And we've talked before about even The Witch, which is one of my favorite ones to reference in terms of horror, because that fear of what's going to happen to you if you do certain things or don't do certain things, and that there are children involved, and they are so fearful of being damned and this sort of damnation that's going to happen, even though they don't fully understand it, but and they've never experienced it, but they have this absolute fear of that. To me, that concept is so terrifying. And I don't believe it, but in a movie form, I can accept that and I can understand it, and I get it. And it's
definitely
effective.
Real for those who are
100%
believers.
Totally. And I think I'm an empathetic person, so I can put myself in somebody else's shoes, so I can totally understand and get how that would be such a scary and terrifying notion. And so I think it's a very effective theme for horror movies, for horror. It just lends itself perfectly to horror.
Yes, I think that horror is inextricably tied up in religion.
100%. I mean, The Exorcist is what anyone's going to think of when they think of horror and religion. Mm-hmm. It is
one of the definitive horror movies.
Yeah, it's kind of the
time.
creme de la creme of
the Ben de la creme.
Horror. The Ben de la creme of religious horror. And rightly so, because it's awesome.
It's a great movie.
It's amazing. But it just shows that and then Rosemary's Baby. It just shows that there's so much there that's like, so it's like right for the picking. Like there's so much rich stuff there to pull from. And you're tapping into like something that the majority of folks have some sort of
a frame of reference for.
And
a
like
personal connection to.
Exactly. It might not be their thing, but it might have been something when they were a kid growing up. So like you have a connection to it. So it taps into something. And so it's just super effective. Like it's kind of nice to have it come back in a little, like, you know, unique ways.
And we're getting another one.
Are we?
First Omen.
Okay, right.
That's another religious horror movie. What are some of your?
I think they're fun.
I do too. I love religious horror movies. I love nunsploitation. I love anything set in a convent.
There's something about convent and nun stuff, like particularly, I find fascinating.
Yes.
Not
even horror necessarily.
Yeah. So what are you going to ask? What's the round table before I start talking about?
That is the round table.
Okay.
Religious horror.
My favorite? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, some of your favorites. We've already mentioned The Exorcist and Rosemary's Baby. Those are the two that started it all.
I'm going to say Saint Maud is absolutely, without a doubt, one of, if not my favorite. Saint Maud, like, kind of blew my mind in the fact that, like, it took horror and it took religion and it sort of interwove them and it used them together, but it also had this like weirdly but appropriate like sexual tone to it that we talked about.
These movies have a sexual tone.
Yes, but that one did in a way that was impossible to ignore. Like this one, sure, she gets pregnant, so like you can't ignore that. But I specifically remember the scene in Saint Maud where she's like possessed by the spirit or whatever while she's on the steps and she's like orgasming essentially. And like it is a very visceral scene where it is probably like many would call it blasphemous because but it's like in religious texts too that stuff like that happened where like there are these moments where the spirit enters you and you have this sort of like euphoric orgasmic
ecstasy.
Like this reaction to what's happening to you. And that is okay because it's God that's doing that. And I loved how it was portrayed in Saint Maud. And also the ending of Saint Maud was like one of my favorite endings to anything. It's without a doubt like one of my favorite horror movies I've seen in the last while. But that would probably be my favorite because I liked that it tied all of those things together. I know many other movies do that in some way or another and like little bits here and there, but I think that added the sexual aspect and that sort of like female like orgasmic sort of like euphoric aspect that you just don't see in movies very often. And it added it in a way that seemed natural and like, but also while you're watching it, like it seems weird and like why is this happening right now? But you get it. Like I loved that movie. I thought that was a very interesting, unique portrayal of, I don't know, like biblical and religious
mania.
Yes. And how that can come across and how that can be viewed and felt by an individual. But also, like, as an outsider viewing it, how that just seems like, oh, you're just like, you're having a time. Like, yeah, all right.
Getting
like,
your rocks.
Yeah, like, who hasn't been there?
I would suggest The Devils, if you haven't seen that, the Ken Russell film, The Devils, with, who is it? Vanessa Redgrave. That's a great, it's not horror, but it's a nunsploitation film, and it's definitely has that sexual aspect to religious mania. It's a very transgressive film. It's my favorite religious, I guess, horror. I also thought of The Witch as one of mine, just because it's that old time religion.
The witch to me like makes religion feel the scariest. Mm-hmm. The absolute fear that those kids feel for what.
Not of the witch.
No. Of
damnation.
Religion, of damnation.
Yes.
Of what could and they believe will happen to them. Like, to me, that is terrifying.
Yes. So yeah, I'd suggest The Devils as a good companion piece to Saint Maud, I think. I think that would be good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Another religious movie that I enjoy that is sort of an off-kilter, not one that maybe would be thought of so quickly, is Martyrs.
Oh.
I love the religious implications of Martyrs. The idea behind that movie, which I wouldn't want to spoil too much if you haven't seen it.
No, but I've been wanting to rewatch that, which is not a thing that many people say. But I love it.
I like the religious aspect of Wreck.
Yeah,
which
it's
also
a little more subtle.
It would be giving it away if I talked about it, but I like the religious reveal at the end that we didn't realize that this was a religious movie all along.
Yeah.
Some other kind of nunsploitation movies that I
Sister
very
Act
much enjoyed.
2, Back in the Habit.
Back in the Habit, sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No, Benedetta. If you have not seen the Paul Verhoeven nunsploitation film from a couple years ago, Benedetta, it's pretty great. Okay. It's about a real nun from the 16th century that was supposedly a lesbian and faked a lot of miracles. I saw a couple of movies that I would think fall under the nunsploitation umbrella not too long ago. One I liked a little better than the other, but one was Alucarda, which I think is from the 70s. And then the other one is Dark Waters, which has kind of a Lovecraftian, old-timey religious sect kind of feel, but is very similar to this movie.
Okay.
Immaculate. And I recommend Dark Waters. That's from, I think, 90 or 91. Has a really cool score, a really weird, dissonant score.
Ooh, I love that.
Mm-hmm. And some nice set design. A lot of candles. The candle budget in that movie must have been sky high. But I'm with you. I love religious horror.
I just think it's fun.
I love, even like I said, like The Devils and Benedetta, I love non-horror religious coded movies and religious themed movies. There was one from a couple years ago called Sister Death that Paco Plaza made, one of the guys who made Wreck.
Okay.
And that was pretty cool too. Pretty campy.
I like
as campy
the campy
as
stuff.
This.
Yeah. Yeah, this was like kind of campy. I don't know. We'll talk about it. I feel like this... I don't know that the maker of this movie would agree that this was campy.
Maybe not. But I
don't know this movie set out to be campy.
You don't think?
No. I don't know. It had a genuineness that I felt while watching it, but also like felt very undeserved.
Well, okay. Listen.
We'll get there.
Listeners, what are some of your favorite religious horror films? Do you enjoy religious themed horror? Are you religious? How do you
I mean, I don't really
how do you
care about
reconcile that with your love of horror movies? I'm interested in all of that.
I mean, sure, I guess I'm interested, but yeah, all right.
And I love religious horror. And I'm excited that we're getting some more of it. So let us know some of your favorite religious horror. Have you seen Agnes of God? With Meg Tilly and who is that? Is it Anne Bancroft? Is the older
I love
lead?
her.
I can't remember. I love that movie. It's about a pregnant nun who kills her baby.
Oh, okay. I mean that's terrible.
Based on a play. Was one of my favorites when I was in high school for some reason. I think I had a crush on Meg Tilly.
Sure.
Anyway, sister of Jennifer Tilly.
Mm-hmm.
You know Jennifer Tilly, right? You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Of Chucky fame?
Yeah, of Chucky fame. Mm-hmm. All right, listeners, it's time to start talking about Immaculate. Jamie, whenever you're ready, you can give us the stats for this movie.
Great. This here movie is rated R, a runtime of a beautiful 1 hour and 29 minutes. It's directed by Michael Mohan. Mohan? Whatever.
Michael Mohair.
Mohair. It's written by Andrew Lobel. Stars Sydney Sweeney, Alvaro Marte, I don't know, and Simona Tabasco. Oh, I know that one. And premiered at Southwest on March 12th, 2024. Released in theaters March 22nd, 2024. And on Rotten Tomatoes, it's 71% fresh with critics, 59% fresh with audiences.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is a nun movie. It stars Sydney Sweeney.
Nunya business movie.
Nunya. Mm-hmm. Sydney Sweeney of Euphoria and White Lotus fame.
Wait, okay, so who is she in White Lotus?
She was from the first season. She was the daughter, the one that was jealous of her friend who came.
Fuck, I don't even remember her.
You don't remember her?
Uh-uh.
It was her and her friend and then her brother.
Okay. I should probably rewatch. I loved White Lotus, but I don't remember her from it.
I mostly liked, who was the Armand?
Yes, I fucking won.
I mostly liked his
story.
story.
He is a babe. I love his story, but he is a babe.
Mm-hmm. Also, he's a babe, yeah.
Also, he's a babe.
But she mostly
okay.
rose to fame in Euphoria, I think, which I never watched.
I'm afraid to watch it. I'm afraid it'll be too sexy for me.
Too sexy for our blood.
Yeah, like, I don't know if I'm ready for anything that's sexy right now.
I don't think you're ready for this jelly.
Exactly. I mean, Sydney Sweeney, she's a sexy gal.
I guess. I don't really see it, but...
All right.
But everyone's talking about it. So this is a movie where Sydney Sweeney plays a nun from just outside of Detroit, where we live, listeners.
I wanted to know specifically where just outside of Detroit
Novi,
was.
Auburn Hills.
We are just outside
Ferndale.
of Detroit. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Tell me more. And then she said something about like putting her hands on the Asaba River. I've been tubing down the Asaba River. Like, where are you living? But anyways, that's here.
At least they got that part right, huh?
Yeah, fair.
So she plays a young novitiate, which is like a deputy nun.
Yes.
And she was invited to join this remote Italian convent. Very beautiful place. And she gets there and she takes her vows, and then she realizes that things are not quite as they seem. And very soon after her arrival, she falls pregnant. I love the term falls pregnant.
Falls pregnant. She fell and became pregnant.
That's correct. Which really is kind of how it looks.
I mean, sure.
Hence the Immaculate of the title.
Yeah.
This was kind of a passion project for Sydney Sweeney. She first auditioned for it in 2014, and then the movie stalled, and after she kind of grew some clout in Hollywood, she took it on as a producer and brought it to Neon, the production company.
Cool. Good for her.
Mm-hmm. And tapped Michael Mohan, who was her director on the Everything Sucks TV show that she was in and the movie The Voyeurs that she made. So he's directed her twice before. And what did we think, Jamie? I don't think that you were too pleased with this movie, is my guess.
Oh, Amy, I didn't love it.
You didn't love it?
No, I didn't. Okay, something good. I thought the cinematography and the lighting and everything was really pretty beautiful. I thought the setting was beautiful. I liked the costuming. I thought all of that was great. I thought Sydney Sweeney did a great job acting. For me, the story and the plot lacked a lot. Like, to me, it was very easily telegraphed. It was boring. And the high point of it was the last 10 minutes.
I knew you'd like that.
And I enjoyed it so much. And I will say that, like, I was smiling and laughing when I walked out of the theater, and the guy coming in to like sweep up the theater was like, "Oh, is this a funny one?" And I was like, it was hilarious. Like, delightful. But also, like, there were two gals, like, sitting a seat over from me. And I got up, like, partway through it to go to the bathroom because I was like, I just got to pee and there's, like, nothing happening. And came back and I was, like, trying to be quiet and sat in my seat. And she jumped so high and she was like, you scared the shit out of me. I was like, I'm so sorry. And we were just, like, laughing so much. But, like, the entire time, those two were having a blast. Like, she brought a blanket. They had all of the snacks. Like, we clapped because we go to an MJR. So it's like, you know, more than just a party, you know. So we, like, did the clap thing. And she was like, thank you for clapping. I was like, yeah, I worked here. Like, this is, I'm all for clapping. So, like, we had a little bond. I loved that. Like, that made it better, having two people there that were kind of, like, experiencing it in a not so cynical way. Yeah. But, like, I did not enjoy the story of this. I thought it had something there. Like, I thought there was an interesting concept. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, we've talked about it. Like, I love this sort of nunsploitation stuff. I love this weird religious shit. I love the idea of, like, a nun going to a convent and becoming mysteriously impregnated. And, like, who is it from? And what does it mean? And, like, what's going on? But the spaces in between the, like, plot progression were so uninteresting and so, like, boring to me that, like, I didn't give a shit about what was happening until the very end. Like, to me, shit picked it all, the storyline and the plot and the pacing picked up at the end. And even though I thought there were problems with the end, the very end was satisfying enough to me that I was like, okay, and now you've got me back. Because, like, you almost lost me completely, and I was almost going to give you, like, a real shit review. But, like, that brought me back in. I thought Sydney Sweeney did a really great job. I will say, I didn't even register her name. I loved the one nun who had, like, the resting bitch face the entire time.
I know.
She was my favorite.
As soon as you saw her, she was actively frowning so
every
hard.
time the camera went to her, she was just, like, had this bitchy ass, like, frown face. I was just like, I don't know what she's up to, but I like her. Like, she's
Can you
over
imagine
it.
you
She's
started
not
a new job or something and someone just looks at you like that out of nowhere?
Oh my God, I just loved her so much. And then, of course, there's, like, you know, the fun, like, other nun who smokes, and, like, so she's kind of cool, you know, she's got a little sad. So, like, there were parts like that where I felt were very sort of sophomoric. Like, we've seen that before. That's a cheap way of saying, like, here's a character that is easygoing and you're going to connect to them right away because they're kind of, they can connect with you and they're not so sold in the religious, like, idea of all of this. I mean, that being said, I love bitch face gal. Like, she was my absolute favorite. I thought she was the best character of all of them.
When she just tries to drown her because she's so jealous.
No. That scene came out of nowhere. Like, there was, even though she had bitch face, like, there was no build up to that. Like, there was no indication that was what, like, her next move was going to be.
Well, Sydney Sweeney was also surprised.
I mean, it just, I don't know. So that's part of, like, what I'm saying. Like, there are certain things that just made no sense, like, pacing wise and, like, progression of the story. It felt very fast and, like, disjointed. Like, you're just throwing things in there and being like, okay, and there's this, and then there's this. And, like, that's what it's going to be. But, like, it didn't flow. It didn't flow well. The movie itself, I thought, looked beautiful. Like, I thought all the candlelight, all the low light, all the, like, white with, like, I love the costuming.
The nuns' habits were very stylish.
I loved the black
much more
overlay.
stylish than what I'm used to.
Oh, yeah. They had this, like, white cotton gown thing and then, like, a black overlay with, like, a belt thing around the waist.
It was very cute.
I thought that was awesome. Like, all of that looked super cool. And I'm a sucker for, like, mid-level lighting. So, like, lamp lighting or candle lighting. I really love it. That's what I've got going on in my house. Like, I love that stuff. So all of that I thought was very well done in this movie. It was very beautiful. But I think the story and the pacing and the plot progression was incredibly lacking in this.
You know what it reminded me of was a giallo in a lot of ways, not least of which is because it was set in Italy. But usually central to a giallo movie is a mystery. And this doesn't give you a good mystery.
No.
I think that's the biggest problem with it, because you want
You're
that
wanting
mystery to be uncovered. You know, why?
Yeah.
How did she get pregnant? Who brought her here? What in her
Yeah,
life
there's nothing
made
of
her?
that.
And they don't do a good job revealing that stuff, to the point where when you finally do understand where it's going, you laugh.
I legit laughed.
Yeah.
And looked over like, oh, did they hear me? Like, because it was ridiculous. So it's not my favorite. It had some strong points, but overall, like, this is something I'd probably give like a 2.
A 2. So you're not recommending this?
I would not recommend this. I just didn't think as a whole this wasn't a really great movie.
What do you think you would recommend that would
I
be
would
similar?
absolutely recommend Saint Maud over this.
That's a good choice.
100%. Saint Maud, you walk away from that movie like feeling a little fucked up. Like, you feel crazy and like, what did I just see? And I thought this was going to end a certain way, and it ended this way, and like, I don't know how to feel about it. And that's what I wanted from this movie.
Yeah, that's what this one did too.
Even from Martyrs, like Martyrs, you think you're going into something that's one way, like how the movie starts. It like seems like a total like torture porn sort of movie with like gore and all this, and there's gore throughout it, but like where it hits at the end and the religious themes that it like sort of touches on, it ends in a way that you do not expect. And that's one of my sort of feel bad movies that's always on my list, like that I love. This just, I don't know, it sort of had the potential, and it was very disappointing to me that the last 10 minutes were so strong. Again, this is me as my personal opinions in watching a movie, and
that's
what
why
I want
people
from
listen.
a movie.
They want your opinion.
100%. I loved the last 10 minutes of this. Everything before it was pretty, but like I was pretty bored, and I laughed a lot through it. As in, like, is this really what we're watching? Like, what's happening? But like, it hit a certain point towards the end where I was like, okay, like, and you know me well enough to know that there was a point towards the very end where I was like, I want one very specific thing to happen.
And if it doesn't, I'm going to be pissed.
And if it doesn't, I'm going to be so mad. And it did. So,
yeah.
Okay, actually, so I'm going to give it 2.5 for that.
Okay.
Because it did that.
That's fair. And you recommend Saint Maud instead. Well,
and I
think
would
that's
recommend
a good
Saint Maud
recommendation.
instead. I think that movie is like a million times better than this.
I agree. And I
think that
recommend
movie's beautiful.
that you see Love Lies Bleeding by Rose Glass also, because it's definitely worth seeing. And it's a very good extension. While not horror, it's a very neat next step for her in her filmmaking journey, I think.
Okay.
I thought this was pretty camp. I didn't love it, but I enjoyed how ridiculous it was. I at least enjoyed Sydney Sweeney's performance. I thought she gave a real balls to the wall performance.
She did.
Especially
No
in
fault
the ending scenes. I think that it was probably a pretty savvy move on her part to produce this. I think this is a good step in her film journey as an actress. And I think she does hold it together really well.
Yes.
And she does a good job carrying the whole thing, because there really isn't anybody else that is responsible for, nobody else's performance is that important to this movie. So I give her credit. I think you have to give her flowers, because she does give a really wildly good and wild performance. Mm-hmm. I don't think the writing is good. I don't think that they did a good job with the mystery aspect. I wish that it was more like a giallo in that way, because it's so similar to a giallo. I mean, it doesn't have the primary colors, but it has a lot of what makes a giallo movie. And they should have had a good mystery to go with it instead of what they end up doing, which we'll talk about when the spoilers happen, but it's so funny. It's so funny.
It really is.
I didn't hate it. I was entertained. I would say you don't need to see this in the theater, because you're not going to get a big crowd with you this. I mean, it'd be fun if you could watch it with a crowd, I think, but you're not going to get a big crowd at this point since it's been out since the end of March. So I'm going to recommend you watch The Devils instead. The Ken Russell film The Devils with Vanessa Redgrave. And I rate this a 3. A 3 for looks and for Sydney Sweeney's performance. I jumped a couple times. There were a couple of scares that made me jump.
Yeah, I wasn't even close to jumping. The gals next to me, though, like, they were. They felt it.
A couple. Kay jumped too once.
Okay.
It didn't have a lot of...
No hate to those who jumped.
Good terror or anything.
It just didn't do it for me.
But it does have a good amount of gore. So if you want some gore, there's some good gore in it. There's a head bashed in. We'll talk about all the kills once we get to the spoilers. But it does have a good amount of gore and fairly topical themes. But no, I don't really recommend this either.
Yeah. The like one scene, which I think is like on a lot of the sort of like PR, like marketing posters and stuff for this, where she's standing there in that sort of like green and gold or like blue.
Oh, I love that. It's beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful. Mm-hmm. Like that series of like shots in that movie, like fucking gorgeous. Mm-hmm. Absolutely gorgeous. I will give it that. It was beautiful. And like she's like crying, like all of that was absolutely beautiful.
She's very good at having her big eyes shimmer with tears.
Yes.
You can make a whole career out of that.
Yeah, get it, Sydney.
I don't really see the allure of her so much. I think she's a good actress, but I don't see her as a sex symbol, I guess. They're just titties, Jamie.
They're just boobs.
They're just titties. I don't understand.
But nice
allure.
boobs are nice boobs. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like saying what the internet says.
Okay.
I don't either. To me, her face and her acting
looks like a normal looking white lady.
Is very. I feel like she could be sort of in the vein of a Mia Goth, even though Mia Goth, in my opinion, is like way up here. Sydney Sweeney is like a little bit lower, but like where they don't have like a particularly remarkable face, like attractive face that draws you into it, but like the way they act and the roles that they take are interesting enough that you're sort of drawn to them, and they have this sort of unique look, or not even plain look, but just it's a unique look that you're just sort of pulled into. Because like Mia Goth to me is like intoxicating. Like I think everything that she's in is just.
But she's a very normal looking person.
100%. But
you're right.
But she herself and what she portrays in her face and what she does on screen is like really something kind of magical.
I would put Florence Pugh in that group too.
I 100% would. Yeah, totally. I think Florence Pugh is maybe a little like conventionally prettier.
Yeah, she is. She's not as weird looking as either of these two.
Yeah, but like I kind of dig that. I like that sort of weird look, but like we're gonna do weird things. And we're gonna make you feel weird stuff and show you weird stuff. Like I'm on board for that. So I appreciate what she's doing.
I wonder if Sydney Sweeney will do more horror now.
I hope so. We need more like of these horror darlings.
I agree.
Who just have like this interesting look. I mean, like look at Anya Taylor-Joy. Got
Micah
into
Monroe.
it with they got into it and they just kind of embraced it, and horror embraced them.
We do that,
and I love it. Like you will find an insane fan base.
Absolutely,
in the
people
horror
will get
world.
your face tattooed on them.
And Anya especially, like that's gone crazy. But yeah, I think Sydney Sweeney. Like I knew nothing about her before this, except that she was like some sort of like sex symbol on the internet because of boobs. Like, oh my God, like we don't all have them if we're women. But like, I thought she did great at this. I think she emotes a lot from her face. I think she does a really nice job of showing like of tearing up, and that is difficult to do, and emoting from her face. I think her voice is a little like maybe childlike. And so that might be kind of hard to sort of, I don't know, switch depending on what movie you're trying to do. But like, it worked for this. I thought she did a great job. I just don't think the writing was where it should have been. Yeah.
You're correct.
Yeah, I know I am.
Why don't we talk some spoilers here?
Okay.
So how did you feel that they, as Kay put it, went the Jurassic Park route with this? Would you have ever guessed?
What?
Would you have ever guessed that that's what they were doing?
That it was like dino DNA.
That's right.
But we took the DNA from a toad and spliced it with that of the Lord Savior. And yeah. No.
I couldn't believe it. I laughed so hard.
No, that was where I first laughed. Because I was like, there's a fucking like lab in this in this convent. There's an underground lab where they're doing
lab with
they've got little
experimental baby
fetuses
Jesuses
in your like raspberry lemonade juice in the jars. Like that's what it looks like. Like
Yep.
That's where I started, and I was like, and we've lost me. Like I was already on my way out, and
that's right, listeners. So the little kernel that the priest drops at the beginning. Well, I was a biologist, and then I left for the priesthood.
If you didn't understand him saying that meant something, you have not seen a religious horror movie. But
you have not seen a movie.
You've not. I mean, because as soon as he said that, I was like, and here we go. Okay.
So that's right, listeners. They had one of the nails that was used to crucify Christ.
Oh, yeah. And they confirmed that biologically by testing.
Somehow. And they took the blood from it and impregnated Sydney Sweeney with the sperm somehow.
Not just her, lots of other nuns. But it didn't take in all of these other nuns.
But it wouldn't take. And it had to have something to do with her being spared from, or being rescued from death.
Yeah, because like God chose her as someone
her.
Worthy to stay alive.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And the best part about it was that even though this nail that was used to crucify Christ was used with these sensitive tests to extract DNA from it, it was still handled with bare hands by any number of people.
Gloves. Not one person uses gloves. They're all putting their DNA all over that. No one knows what scientific research involves.
No.
Oh, boy.
Because when your state-of-the-art lab is in a 16th century convent.
Is in a stone, like, prison.
In a catacomb.
Yeah. Like, all rules are out the window.
Also, they shot a catacomb scene and it wasn't scary. Come on.
It was not. How disappointing was that?
Catacombs are scary by just
nothing
by
about
default.
that was scary.
No.
Yeah, that
but
that
let's
was very
talk about
disappointing.
The violence and body horror in this movie. She pulls one of her nails off. She barfs a tooth out.
The tooth part, that didn't get me, and usually tooth stuff gets me. The nail, that did.
Yeah, that was gross.
That was gross. Only because, like, that was a prolonged scene where
it was a long
she
shot.
was speaking, like, she was doing a confession with the priest, and it was, like, slow and it was calm, and you didn't expect it. She was just pulling at it, and it just came off. So, like, that was done really, really well. The tooth one, that happened so fast.
Yeah.
Like, her finding the tooth in throw up because she was pregnant and barfing in a sink, like, that didn't really have as much of an impact as I think they thought it might.
It was gross. Anyways.
I mean, sure, it's gross, but, like, you couldn't see it in her mouth. Like, I don't know. Like, there was... Okay, so there's a tooth in the sink. Like, but, like, I don't see that tooth came from your mouth.
No.
I don't know. Like, that didn't do it for me. The nail did.
What about the lady falling off the roof? The one nun?
I thought that was shit.
I liked that it was kind of in the background that you saw it. I thought that was good.
I just thought, like, it was unrealistic.
And I liked her gross face that they revealed. That was good gore.
I don't know.
I don't know how that would have happened. No.
That's not how it looked. So it was unrealistic to me. And her finding her friend, like, who got the tongue cut off. Also, I thought that scene was not super realistic. I thought that didn't seem, I don't know, that was sort of unimpactful.
And then there were the killings with religious artifacts that happen at the end. So
I liked all smashing
of those.
the nun's face with a cross,
crucifix.
with a crucifix.
Yeah.
I liked that.
That was pretty gory. Made me think of American Horror Story when they did all the head crushing all the time.
I liked her strangling the Monsignor, whatever he was, with a
rosary beads.
I liked that. But his like neck cracking at the last minute, like, I don't know,
with those beads,
that's not.
She would have to be
works.
so strong.
Yeah.
Also, yeah.
But that's just me. Like, I don't know. I feel like the average person's probably not gonna like
care about that.
Well,
I don't know. Lots of people watch murder things now. Everyone's pretty savvy on that.
We all watch some Law and Order. You know,
we all do.
It takes a lot to crack a hyoid bone. And
that's right.
It's not just a squeeze of a rosary. Although, have I seen a movie where a woman is kind of running around while she's actively in labor and having contractions and also murdering people? No. So I appreciate that. Like, I thought that was cool.
Yes. There's also the nail. The nail.
Yeah, I guess I was hoping for more with that.
I was hoping for some more with that too.
Yeah.
More stabbings.
Yeah.
And then The Rock. So let's talk about that birth scene. Which
not Dwayne Johnson.
That's right. Not Dwayne Johnson, but the ultimate ending of the movie. And the birth scene, which was chef's kiss.
Oh, I mean, yeah. That was the best part of the entire movie.
So
Absolutely.
what we've got here is an uninterrupted shot of Sydney Sweeney's face. She did it in one take. Well, she did it. They filmed it twice, but they used the first take.
Okay.
Where she's just kind of squatting and screaming.
You don't even see the squat. It's just her face. Also, this is after she like births herself from a small hole out of a cave, like from the catacombs. Nunnery, from the catacombs. Like she comes out of this tiny little cave, squeezes out of it, crawls out of it head first. So there's like that birth.
That's
and then
right.
As soon as she gets out of that, she has to stop and squat and give birth to this like, I don't know, god freak.
Which they give it little puppety monster noise sounds to make.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't sound human.
But it's a wonderful sequence where she gives birth. You hear it plop out, start making little monsters.
Her face in that is fantastic.
It's so good. And then she goes over and gets a big rock. And
scream.
Smush.
Yeah. Smush.
And splat.
I know. And I understand, audience, that sounds terrible. It probably sounds triggering to a lot of folks. But, like, that's where some of us wanted it to go. That's where some of us needed it to go.
Yeah.
And it's a fictional movie. That's a fictional person, a fictional baby. That being said, like, the moment she got out and I could tell she was giving birth, like, my initial thought was, like, I want that baby to drop and I want her to slam it against the wall. Like, and I don't know what that says about me. I think it says, like, some very unfortunate things, but, like, all within a context of what I expect from a movie. And it's not like it didn't deliver. It delivered in a different way. But, like, that's what I wanted. Like, that's what that movie needed. I needed her as that character to recognize that what she was giving birth to was not, like, the son of Christ, was not, like, the second coming of any Christ, was not some immaculate conception of Christ. It was, like, some freak biology experiment, and she needed to escape from that. And that's where, like, this whole idea of, like, female autonomy and, like, autonomy of your body and, like, control over what you do with your body comes into play, where it's like, there's nobody else around. You should have the say of whether or not you want to keep this experiment alive.
That's right.
And, like, I loved that. To me, like, I wanted that sort of concept, that sort of idea, that theme. I wanted that way more, like, present in more of the movie. And it wasn't, and that's fine, but, like, if I could judge it on just the last 10 minutes of this, like, it would be a lot higher.
Yes. They just didn't They
Yeah.
cheated a lot getting there. They didn't
Plus,
do a
like,
great
Sydney
job.
Sweeney's face while she was doing that birth scene was solid. But I've talked to enough women in my family who have given birth who have been like, that is not what birth is like. Like, it is not always just like this incredibly painful, you're just screaming for your life sort of thing. But I appreciate it in this context because, one, this was not something she wanted. Like, this was against her will.
Yeah.
Like, she also, like, was birthed out of this horrible experience and now was in this new thing and having to do this. Like, she was experiencing her own thing. Like, there was so much more going on. Like, I thought she captured all of that so well in her face and just that facial acting in those scenes. That's why I say, like, that part was so fucking solid. Like, stretch that out. Like, that in comparison to the rest of the movie just was so, it was just so poor. I mean, to me, like, in her defense, like, it highlights what a solid actress she is because, like, that was a very short period of time where she was supposed to convey something very specific very quickly, and she really did. Like, it was the best part of the movie. Best part of the movie. Last 10 minutes. Easy.
Absolutely.
And I will say, like, I think we've said spoilers, but, like, the guy coming out of the room where she set the fire, like, busting out of that room and then, like,
break that door
coming
down?
after her. Like, no, that's horseshit. That scientifically, realistically, that shit would never happen. That was such bullshit. And she was, like, walking down that hall, like, climbing towards that open, like, that open hole, much like
a womb.
Giving birth, much like a womb, like, walking out. And I didn't knew it. I was like, he's going to grab her fucking legs, isn't he?
Yep.
And he did. And I was like, that is horseshit. What is he going to run after her and grab them? Like, that guy has been burned almost to death. So, like, that was the moment where this movie felt so much like the majority of it was trying to make you feel as if it was, like, a realistic horror movie. Like, there was, like, some, like, true psychological, like, religious horror going on. Not anything campy, in my opinion, while I was watching it. Like, it wasn't purposefully trying to be campy. And then at that point, like, it decided, well, we can't do that anymore, so we have to be campy. So let's, like, just go this route. So, like, they threw in the towel.
But as soon as the reveal happened, they threw in the towel. As soon as you saw that lab, they threw in the towel.
Yeah, the lab pretty much did it. But, like, that part in particular to me was so egregious, where it was just like, are you fucking kidding? Like, there's no way that guy's gonna run to it. Whereas, like, that's the difference for me with, like, this kind of movie and Saint Maud, where, like, Saint Maud keeps that, like, degree of realism through the entire thing. And you can relate to that character, and you feel like this is shit that could happen to you through the entire thing. There's no moment where you're like, okay, well, like, this isn't gonna happen.
No.
Like, even with her sort of, like, fantasizing about crazy shit and, like, imagining stuff, like, that taps into something in you. Like, you feel a weird connection with that. This movie like I said, it kind of throws in the towel. And it's like, okay, we're going to go that sort of camp route, and we're going to do the, like, I don't know, like, the Blumhouse sort of horror, and we're going to just, like, throw some shit in here. They didn't need to do that. Like, there was a movie somewhere in here where they could have made it interesting, and it could have been, like, a really cool, like, psychological horror that, like, had some weird, like, awesome, neat connections to, like we've said, like, to female autonomy with their bodies and, like, biological autonomy and, like...
Yeah, this ain't the movie for that stuff.
No, and I think that's maybe on me that, like, I was hoping for that, and I wanted that, given, like, the context of what we're dealing with right now.
Yeah.
Like, I think that is it's just such a wealth of, I don't know, it's just like a spring right now where people could pull on that. That is a scary concept to me, where it's like, it's terrifying to any females out there who are feeling this. Like, that is a terrifying concept, to where there is something that is taken away from you and you don't have control over it. And now someone else feels like they have control over your body, and you don't have a say, and, you know, you don't have a say, and, like, you don't have a control over your body, and, you don't have a say, 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 and, you like things are going to happen to you. And
Yeah,
like,
there's so much terror to be mined
pain,
from that.
and pain is going to happen to you, and terrible things are going to happen to your body that are unchangeable. But you don't have a say in that. You like that concept is terrifying. So I guess I was kind of hoping that's where this was maybe going to go, and they touched on it a little bit, but not in the way I wanted it to. I think it pussed out and it went the campy route.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty camp. And maybe it had aspirations to something higher, but it didn't hit 'em.
Maybe, yeah.
But the performance makes it worth catching when it's on free streaming, I guess.
I will still say that, like, the
At least so you
cinematography
can watch
and the
the end.
costuming and everything is beautiful, and the end is so good. The end is great. And Sydney Sweeney, no complaints.
No.
I thought she was great in it. And whoever the bitch face nun was, like,
Stank face.
fucking loved you.
Yeah.
Like,
I want to be.
please
I wanna
be
play
in
that
more
role.
things. I want to be you in my life. How do I like absorb that energy?
That would be perfect for HR.
Every time, like, the camera just panned to her, and you're like,
Scowl.
oh shit, like, I'm uncomfortable. I'm sorry, I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? Like,
Right.
I want that power.
As a people pleaser, people like that with that face.
Oh yeah, I'm a habitual people pleaser. I need that power. So yeah, outside of that, I wanted more. It had its pluses, but it could have done a lot better.
I agree. So we got a 2.5 and a 3 here. Recommending other things. Don't bother. At least not till it's on streaming.
Watch Saint Maud. That movie's amazing.
Yeah, or watch The Devils. Jamie,
Yeah,
watch
there
The
you go.
Devils.
Okay, I will.
So we're going religious-themed horror again.
Yes.
For our next episode. Let's hope this one works a little bit better. We're going to review The First Omen in 2 weeks. It's also in theaters. We're making you go back to the theater. Keep your local AMC or MJR or Imagine in business. We saw a lot of trailers. Have you seen the trailer for The First
Okay.
Omen that's like a throwback trailer?
I did not, but I saw a trailer for Boy Kills World.
I
and-
haven't seen that trailer.
Okay. I was super intrigued by it, and it looks awesome. I'm a sucker for, like, an over-the-top action movie.
Okay.
But the voiceover of the character is H. John Benjamin.
Really?
And I love him to death. Like, that was very distracting, though, so I don't know how I feel about it, but, like, the movie itself looks super cool.
Is he just the narrator on the trailer?
No, I think he's, like, the voiceover of the main character.
Really?
Yeah, which I don't know if it fits.
Interesting.
I guess we'll see. But I'm a big fan of his. The movie itself looks super cool. It's that kind of, like, stylized action that I really am a fan of, like, sort of comic book action.
Yeah, like John Wick.
Yes. So, huge fan of that stuff. And then I saw a trailer for Longlegs.
Doesn't that look good?
That looks super cool. And then also a trailer, and I was like, this looks terrible. And then I saw Famke Jensen, and I was like, I'm into this.
We saw all different trailers except I saw Longlegs.
Okay.
What was the one with Famke?
I don't even remember the name of it.
Oh.
But I was like, I don't know what this is. This just, like, looks like a mess. But then I saw her, and I was like, okay, well, like, I'm glad you're still doing things because I love you.
I'm back on board.
Because, yeah, she's beautiful. She looked beautiful, too,
she looks
in the
good?
trailer. Yeah, she looked beautiful.
I got a trailer
She's
for
gorgeous.
In a Violent Nature. That looks pretty good. Just looks like a straightforward kind of
Did not see
slasher.
that. Okay.
We got a trailer for the Strangers prequel, which does not look
Yeah,
good.
I also saw that, and I hated it. Not interested.
No. They just rehashed the stuff from
Same
the...
thing. Same fucking thing.
They even used the same tagline. It's like, once
I
everybody
know!
knows it, it's not
as soon as
scary
they're like,
anymore.
why are you doing this? And I was like, because you're home. Because you're here. Like, we all know this. We've seen it.
Right.
Yeah, that was dumb.
And then there was another one. What's it called? One with I forget her name. Hunter Schafer, the blonde. Hold on, I just put it in my.
Oh, I just looked up
watch.
the one with Famke Jensen. I think was called An Action Orgy.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but Boy Kills World looks. I'm real interested in that.
Oh, Cuckoo was the other one.
Okay, did not see that.
Cuckoo looks pretty good. And then, there's a new movie coming out called I Saw the TV Glow, which is by Jane Schoenbrunn, who made We're All Going to the World's Fair.
Yeah, I saw that, and I hated it.
Oh, I haven't seen the trailer yet. I was just reading about it.
Okay.
The trailer looks bad.
I saw the trailer, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, I mean, it's not my kind of movie.
Well, we'll see how it turns out.
I did not enjoy it.
Did you see We're All Going to the World's Fair?
No.
Okay. I like that one. I'm excited to see her next movie. Well, if it's like what I saw in that trailer. I'll have to watch the trailer.
Pretty much right away, I was like, I hate this. And I really like the gal who's in it. She's from Euphoria. She's so pretty. Shit, what's her name? She's like the main girl. She's dating...
Zendaya?
Yes, Zendaya. That's her name.
Oh.
She's in that.
Oh, really?
I think so. Yes.
Interesting.
I think.
Let's see.
I don't know. Because I also saw a trailer with her and like 2 tennis guys. No, she's not in that one. The one I'm thinking of is the one with her and 2 tennis guys.
Oh.
Where she's like a tennis player and she hurts her knee. And then she...
I saw that trailer too.
Trains the 2 tennis guys like against each other. Which... I'm weirdly kind of interested in, but like it doesn't look great. I just like a little weird sports movie.
I don't know. I saw the TV Glow. Sounds cool to me. I'll have to watch the trailer.
But I did see a trailer for that. Like It's on here. I have it on here, and I put no.
I put no
because I didn't think it looked good.
I am excited about the First Omen. The trailer for that looks. They did like a cool 70s throwback trailer with the voiceover guy he sounds like the voiceover guy from the old trailers.
Cool.
And Arkasha Stevenson made it, and she did, I think, the 3rd season of Channel Zero.
Okay.
The one with Rutger Hauer, and I really liked that season. I thought it had some really creepy visuals, so I'm excited to see this.
Nice. I'm excited.
So we hope that you'll join us in 2 weeks to talk about The First Omen, which is now in theaters. And then we're hoping to do Late Night with the Devil after that, assuming it's on Shudder by then, because we don't want to do another theater movie, and it won't be in theaters by then. Yes. So hopefully that will be coming up too. And of course, keep those cards and letters coming. We love to hear your input and your suggestions. And we hope that you're doing well and enjoying the nice weather. And try not to get sick. And I'm going to go crawl into bed. And we thank you for listening. And Jamie, thank you for joining me. You're just gazing with love at Caesar.
I am. Because I just love him.
I know. I do too.
He's just so cute.
He's just the cutest baby.
It's just the cutest little fuzzy baby. Okay, That's all. Yes, I'm here, and I'm glad to be here, as always.
Well, we'll talk to you guys in 2 weeks. Thank you for listening. Until then, I've been Amy.
I'm Jamie.
Thank you. Good night. And Hail Ratma.
Good night. Hail Ratma.